Okay, so right now I want to talk about something called attraction levels. And the way I want you to think of attraction is I want you to think of attraction as a scale. And that scale goes from 0 to 100%. So look at attraction as a scale from 0 to 100%. And you want to constantly be gauging where your target, where the girl's level of attraction for you currently is. Okay, now this doesn't only go for approaching girls. This doesn't only apply to approaching girls, but this also applies to relationships. Okay, and you're going to see how the attraction level scale kind of intertwines with both pickup and relationships. Because a lot of times these girls that you pick up, especially if it goes well, you're going to end up dating that girl. And if you really like each other, she's going to end up becoming your girlfriend and maybe even more. So you're constantly going to be gauging her level of attraction for you. And the unfortunate part is a lot of guys are completely unaware of the scale. A lot of guys, including yourself at one point, including myself at one point, was completely unaware of a girl's level of attraction, okay? And really understanding that a girl's level of attraction can either go up or it can go down. Now, the easiest way to explain this is when a girl's attraction level for you is below 50%, okay? When it's below 50%, you've got nothing, okay? She doesn't want to be friends with you. She doesn't want you in her life. She doesn't want to get to know you. She doesn't want to invest in you in any way, shape, or form, not even as friends. So whenever her attraction level for you is below 50%, you've got nothing, okay? So basically from 0 to 49%, you've got nothing, okay? It's probably not going to go anywhere. Now, can you bring it up? Can you rise it above 50%? Of course you can. You know, there's all sorts of things that you could do, all sorts of pickup artist techniques you can use to make her levels of attraction for you go up. You can nag her, you can shit test her back, you can take shots at her. There are just a myriad of things that you can do to raise her level of attraction for you. Okay, if it's worth it. Okay, if it's worth it. In most cases, she's just not going to be worth it. I could think of maybe only a handful of girls in my entire pickup career, which is almost 20 years now, only a handful of girls where it was worth it to me. And the reason why it was worth it to me was because these were girls from my past, from either high school or college or after college that I couldn't get back then because I didn't have enough game. I didn't have enough skill to attract them, and they friend zoned me. So it was kind of like a personal vendetta for me to use the skills that I have now to go back and get them. And I was able to do that. And I mentioned this in one of my sales videos that I went back and every single crush that I wanted back then, that ignored me, that friend zoned me, I was able to go back and attract her into my life, not as a friend, but as a boyfriend. And I ended up dating all of those girls, and I had sex with all those girls, and it was very, 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 very gratifying. Those were situations that, for me, merited the time investment, okay? Because taking girls' attraction for you from 50% all the way to 70, 80, where she becomes physically attracted to you and she has sex with you, because that's generally the area where a girl does become physically attracted to you and sexually enough to have sex with you, it's generally above 70%. To take her from a 50 to a 70% is a lot of work. Okay, there's some time investment involved. There are dates involved. There's just work involved. You know, you're going to have to take shots at her. You're going to have to nag her. You're going to have to social proof yourself. She's going to have to see you with other hot women. So I had to do all this work to get those girls from my past, from their level of attraction of 50%, all the way up to 70, the mid 70s, where I got them attracted to me enough where we dated, we had sex and whatnot. And, I ended up ending the relationship with the majority of them except for one of them. One of them I was like totally nuts about, and that was my own fault, but I ended up having sex with her as well. I had enough skill to do that, but I didn't have enough skill yet at that point in time to keep her. Where now, if that were to happen now, I could keep her no problem. I know what to do. I know what to say. I know what not to do, which is even more important, that all the mistakes I did back then to end up losing that girl. But to make a long story short, those were the very small handful of cases where it was worth it for me at least, to put in the effort and the investment, the time investment and the emotional investment to raise a girl's attraction from 50 to 70% or higher, where she becomes physically attracted and sexually attracted. But for most girls that you just meet off the street that you don't really know, is it worth it? I would say no. It's generally not worth it. Definitely for me. I'm not going to waste my time on some random target that I meet to raise her attraction from 50 to 70%. Okay, if it's down to 50%, I don't care, because I can easily go meet a girl who already has 70% attraction for me off the get-go. In order for her to be physically attracted to you and sexually attracted to you, she needs to have an attraction level of at least 70% or higher. Okay, mid-70s is ideal. You're generally good if you're in the mid-70s, like 75 to 100%. You're probably going to have sex with her, you're probably going to date her, and you'll probably have the option to make her your girlfriend if you want to, okay? She's not going to be choosing you, you're going to be choosing her. As long as you have her attraction level for you at 75% or higher. And again, you could spark that right off the bat, okay? Right when you attract her, boom, you hit her with some funny lines, you tease her, you neg her, you physically escalate with her, you do all the things that I teach you, and you feel that you get the vibe going, and she looks into your eyes, you don't flinch, you keep that rock solid eye contact. Guess what? Her attraction level for you right off the bat will be in the mid-70s, if not higher, and oftentimes it will be higher. Okay, she'll have this high level of attraction for you right off the bat, and you don't have to worry about ending up in her friend zone. You don't have to worry about ending up one of her gay little friends, or being looked at as a brother to her or anything like that, because you're going to be in the mid-70s. Okay, because once you have those attraction levels that are in the mid-70s or higher from girls, okay, from your targets, you're in. You don't have to worry. Okay, it's those girls that are below that you need to worry about, okay? Girls that have, again, anywhere below 50%, it's just not even worth it. That girl, if a girl has a level of attraction for you that is below 50%, that girl is not even going to want to be friends with you. She's not even going to want you in her friend zone. She's basically not going to want to have anything to do with you. Okay, for whatever reason. It could be a girl who is a stranger, and for some odd reason, maybe she didn't like something you said. Maybe she was offended by it. Maybe she took it the wrong way. Maybe she's a feminist, right? So basically, her level of attraction for you is not going anywhere. Now, if you meet a girl, and you approach a girl and you kind of screw up, and say, for example, that she looks for that rock solid eye contact and you look away, or your eyes dilate, she sees that you're incongruent, you're not that badass guy that you presented yourself to be, but she thinks you're nice, she thinks you're kind of sweet, she might let you in her friend zone. She'll be like, this guy's harmless, and she'll let you in her friend zone. But that doesn't mean she's going to have sex with you. That doesn't mean she's going to be physically attracted to you. For the most part, she's already categorized you as somebody that's going to be kind of like a gay little friend to her and not a boyfriend, okay? Because those boyfriends, the guys that she categorizes as boyfriends, are those guys that she has an attraction level of 75% or higher for, okay? Those are the boyfriend material. The guys who are in the friend zone, those guys are in the 50s to the 60% attraction level. So basically, when a girl has below 70% attraction for you, like let's say 50% to 70%, she might let you in her life, she might hang out with you, but she's not going to do anything physical with you. She doesn't want to hear any talk about you wanting to make her your girlfriend. She doesn't want to go on these awkward dates with you. She doesn't want to date you, period. She just wants to keep you around as a friend. She just wants to hang out with you, but on a very platonic level, where it's like, here's your side of the fence, here's my side of the fence. Yes, we can hang out. Let's split the bill. That sort of stuff where, even if she does hang out with you, she is not going to get dressed up for you. She's not going to put on her makeup. She's probably going to hang out in her jeans and flip-flops, as opposed to guys that she has 75% attraction level or higher for. Those kind of guys, she is going to do herself up. She's going to put on her makeup, and she's going to be very careful about what she wears while she goes out with them, because she cares more. Where with a guy who has anything below 70%, you're basically in the friend zone, okay? Now, can you raise her level of attraction for you? Can you raise it up to, the 70s and 80s, maybe even the 90s? Of course you can. And I just told you I did it myself, okay? But there is an emotional investment as well as a time investment that you will need to be aware of, because she's not going to magically become attracted to you overnight. You're going to need to put in some work, okay? And it has to come back, or it's going to come back to whether or not she's worth it. You know, do you want to put that type of investment into this girl? Is it worth it for you? Don't think like every single girl that you approach, you have to go back and raise her level of attraction. You don't have to, okay? You don't have to. While we're on this topic, let's talk about girls who have dangerously high levels of attraction for you, which I did a previous coaching video on. Girls who just instantly have like 90 to 100% attraction for you. Okay, girls who have that like ridiculous level of attraction for you right off the bat, you need to be careful about. And I mentioned that in my previous coaching video, so I'm not going to go too much into it here. If you want to watch that video, it's in a previous coaching lesson. But just real quickly, when you meet a girl and you approach her and instantly she has 90% to 100% attraction level for you, that's what I call dangerously high levels of attraction, where her attraction for you from that point can only go down. Okay, it can only go down. So with girls like that, I generally will not buy into the hype, and neither should you. Okay, when a girl is just that into you, where she's calling you left and right, she's texting you 24/7, she wants to see you all the time, you want to be very careful because girls like that are very reactive. They're very emotionally reactive. Like every new shiny object, they're like, oh my God, that one looks good too. You know, they're almost like little kids, like little children. Like every shiny object, every new toy gets them excited. So you have to be careful of that. You have to be aware of that. It doesn't mean you can't date a girl like that, because I have dated a number of girls who just have those dangerously high levels of attraction for me, but I'm able to kind of back off and kind of do my own thing where I'm keeping their levels of attraction for me up in the stratosphere. You know, it might not stay at 90 to 100% because it's kind of ridiculous. It might drop to like 80%, maybe even to the mid 70s, and it'll kind of maintain itself around there where they don't leave my life, they don't dump me or anything like that. They just kind of linger around. Girls like that you don't want to spend a whole lot of time with. I don't generally like to make girls like that my girlfriend. I generally just keep them as dating partners while I date around other women. And that's really what keeps their levels of attraction for you up in the stratosphere, is the fact that they can't have you. Because girls like that who have those dangerously high levels of attraction for you, girls like that are constantly chasing the next shiny object. And as soon as she gets her hands on that shiny object, she's on to the next one. But the fact that she never gets her hands on you will keep her chasing that for basically eternity, for as long as you want her to. Okay, you just don't let her have the shiny object, right? You just don't let her have the toy. You just kind of dangle it in front of her the entire time, and you just never really give it to her. That's how you keep those girls with dangerously high levels of attraction for you around. Now, just to close up this coaching lesson, let's talk about relationships. Now, when you are in a relationship with a girl, say one of these girls becomes your girlfriend, her attraction level for you will definitely be in the 70s, 80s, maybe even the 90s. Okay, because obviously for her to get romantic with you, for her to get sexual with you, she has to have a level of attraction for you that is, again, in the mid 70s or higher. Generally, that is enough for her to become your girlfriend as well. Now, in order to keep her, you need to keep her levels of attraction for you above 75%. It needs to be, realistically, you want to be in the 80s, okay? Realistically, if you've got a girlfriend and her level of attraction for you is in the 80s and you can maintain it there, it's solid, it's stable, you're going to have a good relationship together, you're not going to have to worry about her leaving or cheating on you. I mean, you're going to have a very, very solid and healthy relationship. So when you have a girlfriend and her level of attraction for you is in the 80 to 90 percentile and you can keep it there, that's a great relationship. And yes, you're going to have to maintain it. You're going to have to pull back from time to time. Just let her know that you're not living for her, you're living for your path and purpose. You know, just all those little things that I teach you to keep girls attracted to you. All right. The problem lays in where with most guys in relationships, if you notice, they'll start off their relationship, and I'm guilty of this too. This used to happen to me where, you know, you might start off the relationship with a girl where her attraction for you is up there in, you know, the 80 to 90 percentile, and then slowly within time, it starts to drop. This is very, very common in most guys' relationships. Your girl's level of attraction for you starts to drop from 90% to 80% to 70%. And then once it goes below 70%, look out. If you're in a relationship with this girl and her attraction for you drops below 70%, say it starts to go to 60%, okay, or even in the 50%, which is really, really the danger zone. But if it starts to drop below 70%, look out, because that girl, she might still stay with you, okay, because she was your girlfriend when this all started out. So her attraction for you can drop below 70% and she'll still stay with you, but it's not going to be the same. She's not going to have that same level of passion for your relationship. She's not going to have that same level of intensity when she sees you, that same excitement when she sees you. She's going to often want to do her own thing. She's going to want to start spending more time with her family and friends. She is going to start picking fights with you more. She is going to start nagging you more. These are the things that happen when a girl's level of attraction for you drops below 70%. She is just going to start doing things to sabotage the relationship at this point. And you might have been in these type of relationships where the girl just blows up over the smallest thing. She picks fights with you over the smallest things, where she didn't used to do that before. And the reason why she's doing that now is because her level of attraction for you has dropped below 70%. And now it's in the 60s and maybe even the 50s. Now, if it does drop below 50% to like 49% or below, what I mentioned originally at the beginning of this video, where she's at 0 to 49%, you're done. Okay, it's over. That girl is either going to cheat on you, she's going to leave you, or she's going to do both. So once it's dropped below 50%, you're done. That's a point where she doesn't want you touching her. She doesn't want to have sex with you. She doesn't want you staying over her place anymore. Or if you're living together, she might be talking about you getting your own place and her getting her own place. She wants to end the relationship because her attraction for you has dropped below the threshold, okay? She's in the danger zone. The only way to stop her level of attraction for you from dropping below the stratosphere into that danger zone where it's below 70%, the only way to stop it is you got to pull back, okay? You got to pull back a little bit, and you've got to let the relationship breathe for a little while. So you got to pull back. You got to let her do her thing while you do your own thing. Okay, that is the only thing that is going to save the relationship. And again,